Hey, Book Thinkers family, are you interested in leveling up in 2021? My name is Jimmy, and I'm doing a book review of Level Up to Professional by Scott Abbott, the inspiring blueprint for helping young professionals with career centric life skills. This book is the first book I've read where the author starts off by saying that you must read the introduction before starting the book. Scott admits that he often does this himself, and I have to admit that I've skipped many introductions before starting a book as well. The concept of leveling up is an action oriented hybridization of a mandate, campaign, mantra, mission, and philosophy required to energize you in the life journey of leveling up. This book's purpose is getting you better prepared and more confident, helping you avoid a few missteps, becoming a better person and a better professional, and ultimately being happy and more successful. Scott mentions that it took him over 10 years to write this book, and it might take you 3 or so hours, maybe a few more, to read this whole book, which supports Nick from Book Thinker's idea of compressing time and life lessons through books and mentorship. After reading the first 5 pages of this book, you'll notice the format and Scott's writing style is very unique and different from most other books. The text and font changes throughout the book, and Scott does this to effectively communicate the messages of what he wants to share. I found this to be really refreshing. Right away, I laughed, and I couldn't agree more with Scott's mention of John Mayer's song, Waiting on the World to Change. As much as I love that song, I couldn't agree more with Scott that this isn't really a useful tactic or strategy in our approach to life. Scott says what we need are the present and the future, and we need to hop on and be all in on our lives. Scott says the experience we earn is both good and bad, never insignificant. As Ralph Waldo Emerson put it, when a man is pushed, tormented, and defeated, he has a chance to learn something. He has been put on his wits. He has gained facts, learned his ignorance, is cured of insanity, of conceit, has got moderations and real skill. And this only comes from experience, as Scott puts it. Scott says it's all about an acronym, PAM, PAAM, perspective, how we look at things, attitude, how we feel about things, aptitude, how we work at things, mindfulness, how we think of things. Scott has really experienced Scott has really experienced the good and bad of this concept of PAM. When he was 27, living in Los Angeles, he had mountains of debt with no job and no money. He had a huge momentum shift for himself when he decided he needed to move back home and get focused. He drove from LA all the way to Indianapolis, Indiana, in only 2 days to make it back for a new job that he landed. One of my favorite parts of this book was the chapter on there's no such thing as entitlement. We need to earn what we get. Scott mentions that if you were born between 1980 and 2005, which I was, your generation is known to others as a generation that feels entitled. Scott mentions that he is miffed by all the reality TV shows on TV these days. And I couldn't agree more that a lot of these programs, Scott says, promote greed, superficiality, and entitlement. Scott believes these TV series are setting this generation, my generation, up for failure and thinking that instant gratification is a normal part of life. Scott says we are a perpetual work in progress. And for anyone following Book Thinkers, I feel like you would have to agree with this. We need to feed and nourish our minds. And Scott says we need to read, read, read. If we don't want to be ignorant and instead choose to understand and experience new things, the best and the cheapest way, other than being on the job or there in person, is by reading. Scott includes a diagram of a concept called the power of personal accountability systems that I really enjoyed, which includes purpose, which is what's my why, principles, ethics, and core values, people, who am I and who do I need to be, planning, where do I want to go, be, and do, production, how to get everything done, traction, prosperity, health, income, happiness, and knowledge. Scott includes a quote from James Clear's Atomic Habits: a healthy life starts with healthy habits. Scott has an entire section of this book dedicated to the importance of personal branding, and he includes a quote from Warren Buffett. Your brand had better be delivering something special, or it's not going to get the business. The best companies do not just buy products, gear, or equipment. At least the best companies don't. They buy solutions. And that goes for the same with people. Companies hire people to be human solutions. A great way of showcasing personal branding is by effectively telling your story. Your goal is to be the right solution 24/7, 365 days a year, and showing that through your personal branding on social media and in how you carry yourself with every interaction you have. Scott includes a quote by David Bly that I really enjoyed. Striving for success without hard work is like trying to harvest where you haven't planted. Sounds pretty much impossible, right? As Scott finished up this book, and as I finish up this review, he says, think big, be bold, and have fun. This is my book review of Level Up to Professional by Scott Abbott. I hope you enjoyed this book review. I highly encourage you to check out the book and read it for yourself. We'll talk to you soon.